Frequencies of the Unseen, by Ridwan Olawale, a story inspired by a real practical experience. Have a pleasant moment surfing through. Story prompt. Doc, a field epidemiologist, has lived in Nigeria for 15 years after his travel documents were stolen due to radio frequency issues. He contacts Amaya, a beautiful and serious woman in his field, who understands the struggles of being a clairaudience person caught between AI-led medical practices in the UK and market-oriented practices in Nigeria. Amaya becomes a support in Doc's challenging life and helps him investigate the theft of his documents, which were last seen with an immigration officer. After an arrest linked to the theft, the forensic evidence revealed unusual signals. Both Doc and Amaya sense the presence of unseen forces as they work on getting a new entry clearance for Doc to return to the UK. Amaya's independence leads to romantic moments, providing a break from bureaucratic issues, while questions arise about the motivations of the thief. Hope seems elusive. Copyright 2024 by Ridwan Olawale. All rights reserved. No part of this book may be reproduced or utilized in any form or by any means, electronic or mechanical, including photocopying, recording, or by any information storage and retrieval system, without permission in writing from the publisher. First edition 2024. The story. Title: Frequencies of the Unseen. In the heart of Lagos, Nigeria, the sun sank into the horizon, casting a warm glow over the bustling city. The air hummed with life, a cacophony of voices intermingled with the distant sound of honking horns and the laughter of children playing in the streets. Yet, for Doc, the field epidemiologist who had called this chaotic beauty home for the past 15 years, the world felt haunted, a strange mixture of belonging and dislocation. Doc's troubles began one sweltering afternoon when his travel documents disappeared during a chaotic encounter at the airport. A mix-up of telepathic radio frequencies, a concept he had only half-joked about, had led to confusion among the immigration officers, and amidst the chaos, his papers vanished. In that fleeting moment, a woman, frantic and begging for money, had drawn his attention. Distracted, Doc had lost not only his travel documents but also a part of himself that yearned for return. Now, he was an unintentional exile, wandering through a landscape where he felt increasingly alien. After years of sending heartfelt stories back to the UK, sharing his experiences of the health crises that plagued the country and the haunting realities of life in a developing nation, he found solace in the words of a stern-faced woman named Amaya. She was undeniably beautiful, with sharp features and an intensity in her deep-set eyes that spoke of resilience. In her responses, he found an anchor, a tether to the world he had once belonged to. Amaya was no stranger to the challenges faced by field epidemiologists, especially those who navigated the contrasting landscapes of the NHS UK's AI-led medical practices and the market-oriented approaches of Nigeria's Ministry of Health. Her ability to understand the nuances of these realities was as striking as her capacity to detect the curiosities of the unseen world, the very essence of being a clairaudience person. Their correspondence soon became a lifeline for Doc. Amaya shared her own challenges with the complexities of the healthcare systems, revealing the burdens she bore and the supernatural whispers that danced around her. They exchanged stories of ghosts, both literal and metaphorical, haunting their lives, weaving their experiences into a shared narrative of survival and longing. One fateful evening, amidst the backdrop of a storm brewing outside, Amaya reached out with an unexpected message: "I've arranged for your case to be revisited. The consulate and the police are now involved. We need to find that immigration officer who last had your documents." Doc's heart raced. Could this be the turning point he had been desperately hoping for? With Amaya's determination at the helm, the investigation moved quickly. They learned that the immigration officer in question had been a suspect in several similar cases, with witnesses reporting his suspicious behavior. But as the pieces began to fall into place, they uncovered something far more bizarre. Forensic prints taken from his belongings were loaded with extraterrestrial signals, an oddity that sent chills down Doc's spine. Could it be that this man had ties to the unseen, to a world beyond comprehension? The voices of the unseen began to resonate within the walls of Doc's mind, whispering truths he had long tried to ignore. Perhaps the theft of his documents wasn't just a petty crime, but a thread woven into a larger tapestry of interdimensional intrigue. Days turned into weeks, and while the police worked tirelessly on the case, Doc found himself growing closer to Amaya. Their interactions, which had initially been grounded in shared professional woes, blossomed into something deeper. The moments they spent together, either via video calls or hastily arranged meetings in crowded cafes, were fraught with a tension that buzzed in the air. "Sometimes I feel like the world is speaking for the thief," Amaya confided one night as they watched the rain pour down in torrents, their faces illuminated by the glow of her laptop. "Like there's a force out there that keeps the truth hidden. Or perhaps it's speaking to us," Doc replied, captivated by the depth in her eyes. "Trying to tell us something." As they delved into the mysteries surrounding the theft, Doc began to see Amaya not just as a partner in his quest for justice, but as a muse, her independence and strength illuminating his haunted life. Together, they shared fears, hopes, and dreams, moments laced with laughter that broke the weight of their realities. Yet, every time they got close to the truth, a new barrier arose, a bureaucratic red tape tightening around them like a noose. The ringing in his Eustachian tubes grew louder, an echo of the unseen world pressing in on him, begging for acknowledgement. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, the breakthrough came. The police made an arrest in connection with the case, apprehending the immigration officer. However, the evidence collected was muddied, entangled in a web of inexplicable phenomena. Whispers of the extraterrestrial signals emanated from the prints, creating a cacophony of confusion. As Doc and Amaya stood in the cramped police station, the atmosphere thick with tension, they exchanged glances that spoke volumes. The unseen forces had not only intertwined their fates but had also pulled them into a deeper understanding of life's complexities. "Whatever happens, we've found each other amidst this chaos," Amaya said softly, her voice steady despite the turmoil around them. "Yes," Doc replied, his heart swelling with emotions he hadn't expected to feel in the midst of such uncertainty. "You've been my anchor, Amaya. Without you, I would have been lost." As the chaos of the investigation swirled around them, Doc's thoughts wandered back to the world he had once known, the world he longed to return to. But for the first time in years, he felt a flicker of hope. Perhaps Nigeria wasn't just a prison holding him captive, perhaps it was also a crucible shaping him into something new. They left the police station hand in hand, stepping into the vibrant night of Lagos. The air buzzed with possibilities, resonating with the whispers of the unseen. Doc looked at Amaya, the stern-faced beauty who had become his compass, and felt the weight of his stolen documents lift, replaced by a shared destiny they were only beginning to explore. In a world where frequencies crossed and realities blurred, Doc and Amaya understood that the true journey was not about reclaiming what had been lost but about embracing the mysteries that lay ahead, together. End book. Contents. Chapter 1, Between Frequencies, A Love Story in Chaos. Chapter 2, Frequencies of the Unseen. Chapter 3, The Charged Atmosphere, Uncovering Abuja's Invisible Struggles. Chapter 4, Echoes in the Silence, Frequencies of the Hidden. Chapter 5, The Echoes of Silence. Chapter 6, The Unseen Patterns. Chapter 7, Veiled Harmonies, Exploring the Unseen Sounds of Nigeria. Chapter 8, Echoes in the Shadows. Chapter 9, Hidden Frequencies, Secrets of the Lagos Night. Followed by the Gratitude. Please download the full story. Available in ebook and audiobook. Have a pleasant moment surfing through. Thanks. Ridwan Olawale. Email. wilsonmd@gmail.com. Thanks again.